A very good morning to you, Eldrin. We're coming to you live this morning from the Union buildings. This is, of course, the starting point. Affiliated to SACCAWU. Of course, they are an affiliate of Trade Union Federation COSATU, and they've been at loggerheads, Eldrin, with the employer for about 12 months now. This being an issue of wages, just being about issues of working conditions that they've taken issue with over time. So we saw them about 2 weeks ago embarking on a 10-day strike action at Makro, where they withdrew their services and they called on the nation to also join them in boycotting the services of Makro. Of course, taking issue with the fact that the employer is not coming to the table to try and negotiate with them. That's where we saw the dismissal of around 600 of their members here, and we are told, Eldrin, that the reason why they're trying to put pressure like this today is because they have intel that says to them that about 300 of these members that are here today, they also stand to be dismissed by the employer. Of course, it's a hive of activity where we are here today. I'm going to step out of shot for Zintle to show you what is happening behind me. So these are Makro members, workers affiliated to SACCAWU, just here bright and early. Some of them are clad in their regalia, their working regalia, and taking to the streets here today. This is where they'll hand over that all-important memorandum of demands to the US Embassy. The COSATU leadership is also here, Eldrin. They'll also crisscross the streets of Pretoria here today with SACCAWU members so that they can put pressure on the employer, Masmat and Makro, to come back to the negotiating table. But I'm going to bring into the conversation now, Eldrin, the COSATU General Secretary, Mr. Soli Petwe. He's part of the top six of the party, and we know very well that as the federation, you championed the issues of workers, and you've taken issue with what has been happening there at Makro. Welcome to the SABC.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much to our viewers and the listeners. We are here on behalf of COSATU to continue to support SACCAWU as one of our affiliates. We are presenting the memorandum today to the US Embassy on the basis that Walmart Massmart is one of the multinational companies, and we have been expressing this for some time, that any multinational company that comes to invest in South Africa must respect the laws and the Labor Relations Act of South Africa. What we've seen with Walmart Massmart under Makro is that they are disrespecting the legislation of this country, and therefore we would want to give the embassy a memorandum and demand that they must correct this. In failure to that, we'll have to engage the competition commissioner under the Minister of Trade and Industry and to review the contract that they have with the Walmart Massmart.
What are the issues at play here where the workers are concerned? We know that this is a demonstration that spills from last year into this year, and we're seeing now the COSATU leadership also taking issue and joining SACCAWU in terms of putting pressure on the employer. What are the workers calling for?
Well, what we are seeing now today is exactly what we have been saying, is an attack to the collective bargaining. What Walmart is doing, or Makro is doing, is to reverse all the gains that workers have been achieved for some time, in particular after 1994. What we've achieved through the negotiations, through the network system, is that Walmart wants to take it away from workers. For example, they want to reduce the salaries of workers. These workers are demanding the issue of either 12% increase or 9,000 rand. That demanding the minimum wage of 8,000 rand. That demanding the issue of 10% or the 20% to the commission. There are a lot of issues, including the issue of the safety and security of the occupational and safety issues of workers. We are also putting a demand to Walmart, to embassy, to us, to demand them that workers who are dismissed currently, we've got close to 500 to 600 workers who are dismissed unprocedurally. Workers who have embarked on a protected strike, they are dismissed, and we have been told this morning also that there are certain workers who have been given letters of intention to suspend. We're asking the Walmart and Makro to reinstate those workers unconditionally. So what we're demanding is that the condition of workers must continue to be improved, not to be less what Makro and Walmart want to do.
This is a multinational company that is here in South Africa, and we are seeing why you guys are taking this demonstration outside of the US Embassy. But then this must also speak to government. Has government come to the party? This demonstration by Makro workers has been ongoing for about 12 months now. Have we had word from the department in terms of the interventions and how they can then ensure before that Makro comes back to the negotiating table?
Well, we have interacted with the Minister of Mr. E.P. Patel under the Department of Trade and Industry. That is why we are saying failure to this intervention that we are sending to U.S. Embassy, we will demand, we have already demanded a meeting this week with Minister Patel, with the Competition Commissioner to engage. Our call is that if Walmart or Massmart is not going to change its mind, government must review its contract with Walmart, must review the investment. And we have been very clear, any company that wants to invest in South Africa must respect the workers, must respect the laws of South Africa.
Issues of bread and butter. We know very well that the cost of living has been too high and no one at this point in time can afford to be dismissed. What have the workers been telling you? How's the morale there at Makro in terms of those that are still right now on duty working? Are they able to maybe communicate with you in terms of this dismissal of their co-workers and how Makro has been engaging with the workers has done to the morale of workers and those that are still in the employ?
Well, it's true. The morale of workers on bread and butter is low. As you see what is happening with the morale of workers in the public sector, their morale, workers are demoralized. And as you said, the cost of living continues to be very high. Therefore, workers are not able to achieve or to be able to feed their children or their family. These are the critical issues. Workers are really demoralized. And we must say it, we have mobilized, we are finalizing our mobilization with the communities, with the civil society, with the mass democratic movement, also with the alliance to call for a national boycott against Makro if they are not going to change their mind.
They've said there's no money. Makro saying that when you look at it, then issues also, the company has been affected over time, but what has been happening in the economy. Is this a case that you're willing to accept as the workers, that the company is also struggling as we speak right now in terms of their proceeds?
It's not true. Makro and Walmart has been making a very high profit. And for the fact that some senior managers continue to benefit, it cannot be able to accept that the Makro has been losing through the issue of the current economic crisis. It's not true. And we have asked them, can you produce the financial statement? Because that's what is supposed to happen. They failed to do that. We have written a letter ourselves as COSATU to them and say, can we meet? They have refused. We have asked the CCMA to intervene in terms of Section 158. They go to Section 150 with arrogance. That tells you that there's something that Makro is hiding. And therefore, we are saying to government, including the embassy, they must intervene.
Mr. Petwe, thank you very much, sir, for your time. Is coming through as the General Secretary of COSATU. They are, of course, an affiliate. SACCAWU is an affiliate of COSATU, and they are here today. They'll be leading this march here. We are told that Zingiswa Losi as well, the president of COSATU, will also be here. The march, Aldrin, I must say, will move from the union buildings. It will proceed to Litz Street here in Pretoria. It will then move to Francis Bard, and this is where they'll then in the afternoon hand over that memorandum of demands. But we've seen buses as well that are shipping people into the union buildings to form part of this demonstration, and police. There's a high police contingent as we speak right now on standby to guard those that will be embarking on this march. Aldrin?